Hi, my name is Kayla and I'm the owner of Kayla's Dog Grooming. And today I am going to ruffle some feathers a little bit because I'm going to tell you guys, as a pet parent, some information that I have wanted to get out to pet parents for a very long time. A little backstory about me is I did start dog grooming at PetSmart. Probably 16 years ago. And then I was at a different salon after that. And the other salon that I went to after that helped me to actually learn how to groom in a way that helps the dogs actually overcome their grooming fears. And that woman who owned this salon, her name was Margaret, she taught me everything that I know. And I'm very grateful to her because what I had seen at PetSmart was not good. And I'm not saying that all the groomers there are bad. It's a big corporation, and a lot of the time they're just new, and there's a lot of stress and pressure to like perform and bring in a certain amount of money. So as well as they have to use cages because it's a big corporation. They can't have dogs running around free. So I've just found that the dogs were very stressed. I did see at that, when I worked there, that there was a lot of incidences that broke my heart. I would run into the back room crying because of some of the ways that I've seen dogs be treated. Now, I don't think that anybody goes into dog grooming thinking that they are gonna abuse dogs. I think that it takes a very strong and patient person and a very special kind of person to be able to do this kind of work. And I think it's no secret that dog grooming is one of the hardest jobs out there. But I have firsthand seen, if I'm going to be completely honest, more not great dog groomers than I've seen good, gentle dog groomers. And so one thing that is very important for me to get across is that there are either two things happening. It's one or the other. Either the groomer is making your dog better at their visit, like a little bit better each time, they're giving them a good experience, or they're giving them a bad experience. And with the not so great experiences, that's what creates the grooming fears, and it can turn into a problem where now their grooming appointment has to be added on an extra half hour to an hour just so that we can work with them. And at our salon, we have had a lot of people come in and tell us stories, and I'm sure a lot of other salons get this too, but it's always heartbreaking when you hear about the dog getting kicked out of other salons, that they're deemed ungroomable, that they have to be put on trazodone. I'm just going to call someone out here. I won't use names, but I have had a girl who was working for me when I first started my business, and now she owns her own business, and I am still rehabilitating some of the dogs that she groomed when she was working with us. This is just a big lesson that I learned as a brand new boss, business owner with employees, that you can't trust everyone. You can't always just want to see the good in everyone and, have the blinders on to see the reality. And it took a lot of complaints from clients, a lot of injuries on the dogs, and a lot of bullcrap, really, that I eventually fired her. And I regret having her there at all. But it takes years. Sometimes it takes years for dogs to get over one bad grooming appointment. And what I mean by like bad experience is not that that these groomers are necessarily abusing the dogs. I have seen that as well. But it's just that they're not listening to the dog's body language and working around their fears and insecurities. They are pushing through and getting the job done because all they really care about is making the dog look cute and pretty at the end of the day. When I believe that it's more important for the dog to be comfortable and feel happy and want to come into the grooming salon the next time. So I've successfully been able to do that with hundreds and thousands of dogs over the years. I have seen many, many dogs have a full turnaround, and that has been very rewarding. And there's one thing that has called me to make this video that I just want people to know is that you have to be very, very careful who you choose to groom your dog, because you have no idea what's going on behind those closed doors. Our salon is open concept, so you could technically sit in the chairs near the front and see the entire process happen. I have no issue with that. I'm very transparent with people. You can sit, you can stay. I'm fine with that. I personally, if I was the one bringing my dog to a grooming salon, I would ask to stay the first time. You'll probably get a no from a lot of groomers. No, you can't stay. To me, that's a red flag. I get what, maybe it's because sometimes the dogs can be a little bit worse behaved with their parents there, because they're just trying to get to you. But in my experience, it's always more of a peace of mind for people who have had a bad experience elsewhere. They have trust issues now because they've seen their dog go through that bad experience. So they will ask me to stay the first time. I always say yes. And they can stay every time if they want, but usually they just stay the first time, and then they can see, okay, like where their dog is having issues, what they're afraid of, and they can see what I'm doing to try to help them out of that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm not saying everybody has to come to our salon. We don't even really have the availability for that. But if you are interested in knowing which ones to avoid, and you know, if you want to know, I will tell you. I'm not going to say it here in this video, but I will tell you exactly which people I'm talking about. And I just wanted to say that, like, I have been blessed to be able to help dogs over the years with their grooming. And I'm really grateful that people have trusted me with their babies. And I just want people to be a little bit more aware where they're going, and just remember that dog grooming is not a regulated industry. Anybody can pick up a pair of scissors and a clippers and start grooming and call themselves a dog groomer. And that's kind of where I've been frustrated, because I mean, after 16 years of trying to rehabilitate dogs that nobody else seems to want to groom because they're not perfect little, well, like standing still like a statue on the table. I mean, it's getting to me, you know, it's a lot of pressure. And I know there's other groomers out there who are doing this work too. And I love you guys for that. But the ones who are going to get upset about this video are probably the ones I'm talking about. And I just hope that I can educate people, that they can, you know, just be very careful who you go see, because it is a difficult job. And if you're overworked, if you're overstressed, there's a lot of people who do take that out on the dog. And it's just the way that it is. It's not regulated at the moment. So yeah, I wanted to share that with everyone. And I just hope that you guys have a good experience with your babies, and I'll talk to you soon.